Hello, everyone. Hello, Zora. How are you? So, I'm good. I'm good. Hanging in there day by day. Having, some struggles, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So, I got a few in chat now. So, thank you guys for stopping by Roots and Rituals. I'm so glad to have everyone here. Um, Tonight, we are going to jump into the world of honeysuckle. Yes. So, this is where we like to explore plants that grow around us, their traditional uses, folklore, spiritual meanings, and how they've been carried through the generations. So, yes, honeysuckle is wonderful. It smells wonderful, and the edible ones, that one little drop of nectar is just fantastic. And it's great in teas and tea blends. So, with its fragrant flowers and unmistakable sweetness, honeysuckle has long been associated with love, attraction, devotion, and the simple magic of enjoying life's sweetness. I have a lot of honeysuckle that has grown on the top side of the dog pen over here. They're just about expired, so I wanted to try to hit on this before they all got gone. So the honeysuckle belongs to the Lonicera genus, which includes many different kinds of species. Depending on the species, depends on the color of the flower. It might be yellow or pink or an orange trumpet shape. And all of those are famous for their sweet smell. And of course, there are those little berries that sometimes pop up in the season, and we don't eat those. Okay, we don't eat those. Those are toxic, so we don't eat those. So always, always, always double, triple identify your plant before consuming, or your herb before consuming. Make sure you know what it is and what it's for. Because you don't want, okay, take for instance Anne's lace. Okay, you can tell what Anne's lace is because of the one tiny little purple flower in the center, and it has a collar that comes up. However, bishop's weed is a look-alike, but it doesn't have the purple flower, and so is water hemlock. Except water hemlock, it grows like tall, and however, toxic, very toxic. It could kill you in a matter of hours. So always make sure that you double, triple check your herbs and your plants before consuming or making any kind of tincture or anything out of it. Make sure you know what you're dealing with, okay? Make sure that it's an unmistakable identification. And as always, guys, don't forage on the side of the road. Okay, that's not a good thing to do, is to forage on the side of the road. So, Alright, so let's see here. Where was I at? Lost again. No, I'm coming back to me now. I'm learning that. So yes, so we discussed all that. Alright, so historically, different honeysuckle species have been used in traditional herbal practices, particularly the flowers. That's my area. I use the blooms in the early season. I use the blooms and dry them to make teas and, use for sweeteners. And I really like the herbal tea though. And with that, with mimosa and a little bit of rose, is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So, the safety and appropriate use depends heavily on the exact species and preparation. So, you will find some that are called honeysuckles that are the big orange trumpets, okay? Those aren't edible. But your little japonica things out here that I have, those are completely edible. The blooms are completely edible. So we're appreciating honeysuckle primarily as a botanical and folkloric plant rather than recommending it as an internal remedy. So let's talk about the magic of honeysuckle. So honeysuckle is often connected with love, of affection, attraction, prosperity, and sweetness. So I tell you what, before we go any further, let's take a walk outside and take a look, and I can show you guys what I have growing here. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the camera for a moment. But first of all, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Alright, here we go. I'm gonna step outside in this heat. I have been out in it all day long. I hope y'all can hear me. I think you guys can. Zora did respond when I asked her how she was doing. I'm worried about that. Sometimes my phone does funny stuff with YouTube sometimes. Alright, let me see here. We're going to walk on the other side of the yard over here. Hopefully Tanner is not out. Tanner is the neighbor dog that lives down the street. Oh yeah, there's some over there. Oh boy. We'll stop and pause a moment. Okay. All right. Here we go, everyone. Here we go. Alright, let me flip down. Alright, this is a honeysuckle vine. Check that out. See, these ones have two different color blooms, white and kind of yellow. And they grab hold of everything. So these ones are safe to eat. I can't remember off the top of my head the scientific name for them, but these ones are safe to eat. Pull a few for the house for our little ritual when we get back. So yeah, there's some more down there, and here's some. I even have a few like growing in my grapevines. I have scupperndimes. Is you have to be quick to get them because the deer come up and they're gone in a hurry. So, yep, this is my grapevines, and I got honeysuckle growing in my grapevines. Absolutely. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so now we are going to head back in. And we're going to talk about the spiritual uses and whatever comes to mind. These things smell so good. I wish I could pass the scent over to y'all so y'all could smell it. I would love to bottle that. That would be, which I'm sure I could make some honeysuckle oil or something. Now I know why the bees like them so well. Hello, sweet pig. All right, everyone, I'm back. I am back with some honeysuckle. Yes. All right, so we covered the love, affection, attraction, prosperity, and sweetness. Definitely the sweetness. Hello, Anna. How are you? We went on a little venture to get some honeysuckle. Oh, you weren't? I wish I was napping. Oh, that's okay. I'll be going to bed shortly after my live, so it's all good. It's all good. So, yes, we were talking about the spiritual side of, hey, Vivian. The spiritual side of honeysuckle. So, you know, its vines wind and curl. I showed you guys how it just covered the whole fence out there, and it just kind of just reaches out and grabs and just kind of pulls itself up to the light, and that makes it a beautiful symbol of connection and devotion, because it's continually growing, and it's like it's pulling itself Oh, okay, cool. They smell absolutely wonderful. But the one thing that I have smelled that smells better than anything I have ever smelled is some wild roses. And I actually got to, well, I may be old, sir, but you're rude, and I earned every bit of my 56 years. So, if you don't like me being old, take another path because I don't have time for the BS. Now, so anyway, yes, it makes it a symbol of connection and devotion, and I just love the way that it pulls toward the light, and it's growing, it's expanding. Vivian, he came in and just come right out and said I was old. Well, I know that I'm old, but that's not up to him to point that out, and I earned all of my years, and I don't have to tolerate that. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. In a minute. In a skinny second. So, in a spiritual practice, honeysuckle can represent drawing sweetness towards you, strengthening loving bonds, inviting abundance into your life. Its fragrance, though, carries a whole other message. Sometimes the sweetest things in life are the things we have to slow down enough to notice. Now, how wonderful is that? That is beautiful. And yet, when the wind is blowing that fragrance towards you, and you're just, you know that it's honeysuckle, and it's going, hello. I love it. I love it. So, for today's ritual, we're going to keep things really simple, because, like I said, it doesn't have to be anything big and extravagant for your magic to be real and powerful, because it's all about the intent. It's nice to have tools, but it's still the intent that you put into it. So, we have positively identified this honeysuckle plant, and we're going to just take a few slow breaths in. Think about the area of your life that you would like to bring more sweetness to. It could be love, it could be friendship. Yes, little things can be huge. Even stopping in the mornings before I go out my door and putting my hand on the door frame. That's a threshold. It's magic. It's a liminal space. I say I cross protected, and I move with intention before I go out the door. Oh, well, hello, Gina. Hello. Because it's the little things, big intent. But sometimes it's just the smell of the flower. So yes, peace, abundance, all these things, So, as honeysuckle reaches and entwines, and may sweetness find its way to mine, may love grow strong, may blessings flow, and may what nourishes my spirit grow. So take a moment to imagine the sweetness surrounding you, not forcing anything into your life, but creating space for things that are meant to flourish. Excuse me. This room gets so hot in the evenings. I even have the window covered and it still gets hot in here. So honeysuckle reminds us that nature doesn't always demand our attention. It simply offers us a fragrance on the breeze and, excuse me, and a little reminder to pause. Kind of like pause and smell the roses. I'm not very good at my English, but sometimes I'm good at poetry. I actually had a poetry book published some years ago, but that was kind of a really dark place in my life at that time. So remember, we don't always have to chase the sweetness because, you know, the honeysuckle, that little arm that hangs off the side there is just, you don't have to chase it. It's just telling you, hey, do you smell me? Stop and take a breath. Stop and smell the roses, so to speak. Love it, love it, love it. So, sometimes you just simply notice that it's already there, you know. So, does anyone have any comments, questions, concerns, options for next week's show? I actually used honeysuckle and honeysuckle vines and mimosa leaves for my altar yes, the flowers are edible, Anna. These ones are. Now, there are some that are not, like your bigger orange ones are not. So make sure that you positively identify. Okay? Positively identify. But these ones are, yes, I use these in teas all the time. And sometimes it just takes just a couple for the sweetener, you know, to just kind of sweeten it up a little bit. Yeah. And they smell really good. And they taste really good, too. Yes, Vivian, sit in the garden, have a moment with a garden. I don't necessarily have a garden, but I do have a place that I can go down the hill and just chillax. And you can dry them. I have, a lot of the stuff that I have in my apothecary, I actually foraged myself. Yes, there's several different colors of honeysuckle. Hello, Heather. Yeah, I do have, like I say, grapevines. It's almost like a garden, and but I have mostly herbs and stuff planted out front. I have a couple of rose bushes, but yeah, I can just walk down, you know, I live out in the middle of nowhere, so I have a lot of guineas, I have some four-wheelers that come up and down the little road, and you guys will have to go check out my video, my little emu friend across the street. He's pretty cool. He's absolutely pretty cool. Yes, it is. I have probably 2 acres of yard, and It is really hard. I try to fight the cane, the river cane, but that stuff is so intrusive, it overtakes everything. Awesome. It is a lot of work, and we do good just to keep up with keeping the grass cut and making it look nice. But my husband did get out there the other day and cut some stuff back between the house and the back porch, so that's a good thing. But it's a lot of work. So I'm literally going to have to pay someone to come cut all that stuff down, because it's probably a good acre of cane, and it's 2 different kinds of stuff growing up. So, yeah, I hate that with a passion. Yeah, my husband has a buddy that said that he would come do it for us, and so we're going to wait till probably the first part of September, and then he's going to come out and help. Or he's going to come out and cut it back. So that'll be a good thing, and then that'll be out of my way, and then as long as, I feel like if we could just get it cut back and died off, we would be able to keep it maintained. So it'd be easier to keep it maintained regardless. So, all right, everyone, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Tomorrow night is hump day, hump day, hump day. So I will be pulling cards for hump day, doing hump day readings, so y'all stop by. Yes, make the environment good. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So yes, you guys stop by tomorrow night. I'll pull some cards. We can talk about whatever. And then Monday is my Mystic Monday, where we're going to drop a few recipes, and we're going to talk about traveling, spiritually traveling, and out-of-body experiences. Oh, you're welcome, Anna. Thank you guys for your support. Yes, thank you guys for your support. I appreciate y'all. I really, really do. Y'all make me feel like I fit in. I belong somewhere. So yes, tomorrow we'll pull out the funny cards. We'll pull out the naughty cards. We'll pull out some good cards. I did get a couple of new decks in, so we might try those out just for, poops and giggles. It's not exactly how my grandpa put it, but But yes, it'll be fun. We'll do some hump day readings and card pulls and chit chat. So yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to make it a lot of fun. If it's not too hot, I might even pull out one of my goofy hats. One of my hats. Alright, so thank you guys for stopping by. I love y'all. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 7:05 Eastern Daylight Time. There you go, Gina. That's right. I'll catch y'all tomorrow night.